There's one sentence you can never say after a haircut. I'd like to see the hair longer. This may be impossible in the barbers and hairdressers business. But with custom machines, it's quite reasonable wanting to increase the motorcycle's size. At least, making it to look bigger than it really is. This is one of the most difficult challenges when dealing with small motorcycles. But what's really interesting is to find the right path to reach it. And I think I don't need to say, this is precisely what you are going to see on today's episode. Welcome to racertv. So, what do I mean with the biggest small cafe racer? It means exactly what is written. Because this very cool Suzuki looks much bigger than it really is. If I disguise the engine section, you can easily think that this is probably a 750 motorcycle. But we will get to that in a minute. One of the most interesting facts about this build is that it is not the work of a professional custom builder. This project was made in Indonesia by Kevan Cahyadi, one of the founders of a bike community named Solace Motorcycle. I really admire what Kevan made on this beautiful project, because he had patience enough to remake everything needed just to reach the perfect proportions. This means that the building process took a lot of time. As you probably already know, the project is based on a 2001 Suzuki GN250, a very popular motorcycle in many countries. But it is also known by several different names, such as Suzuki Thunder, Suzuki Intruder, and Suzuki TU. These several denominations also reflect how versatile this motorcycle really is. But every time I look at the GN250, I see a problem. From a customization point of view, it seems to have a relatively short wheelbase. And this is precisely the point in which this awesome project deserves our attention. Does this look like a short bike to you? On the contrary, all the proportions are simply perfect. This means that Kevan probably modified the wheelbase, right? Believe it or not, the wheelbase is still the same from the final production version. It's probably even slightly shorter, due to the different front suspension. It took me a while to figure out this mystery. The secret that makes this Suzuki look bigger is related with 3 modifications. The first one is the size of the wheels. Increasing the diameter of the rims is only part of the equation. Using higher profile tires makes a huge difference to make this bike longer than it originally was. The second modification is obviously the beautiful and long fuel tank. Notice how big it is when compared with the factory version. But these 2 modifications only help to make the Suzuki look long. The key element is still missing, which makes this bike look bigger. The third and most important detail is not really a modification. I prefer to label it as a choice. And the best way to demonstrate it is comparing it with another custom project. In 2016, I presented this Suzuki, which on those days was a good example for this model. If you look carefully, this project also has a similar approach. The front suspension was lowered. It has high-profile tires, although the wheel's diameter was maintained. But if we compared it with Kevan's project, there is a huge difference between them. And this is the moment where you can finally discover this project's size secret. I have to clarify, there is some lens distortion on one of this transition's original photos, especially on this central section around the engine. But this is not an obstacle to detect the main differences between the projects. So, this amazing Suzuki's big secret is the lack of opened sections. If you pay attention, there are almost no empty spaces. This big central cover makes an important part. But not only that. Notice how the tires are close to the frame. Everything looks very compact, as if it was one single element. This is what makes this bike look so big. Or if you prefer, this is what hides the real size of this motorcycle: the absence of open spaces. I have to say, Kevan was really clever with this approach. Because this is the kind of wisdom only someone with a good eye and experience would know. And this also explains why the project was modified several times. During the building process, Kevan learned about what works and what doesn't. You can confirm it on this photograph, when he tried a different side cover, and also this one, where he increased the fuel tank length. I'm very glad he never tried the fairing. That was on his first drawings. Because I think this Suzuki looks beautiful as it is now. Although most of the changes are handmade, Kevan was wise, doing only what he knew, and leaving the professional work to the professionals. The engine got some upgrades, while the front suspension came out from a Yamaha Bison. And the disc brakes were custom made, just like most of the rest. There is a very curious story about this awesome fuel tank, which, by the way, was inspired on this one, but with different proportions. While the fuel tank was re-welled to cover a small leak, it suffered an unexpected explosion. Apparently, there was still some residual gasoline glued inside that Kevan wasn't aware of. But here's the amazing part of the story. After the explosion, the fuel tank gained a new and perfect oval bulged shape, which was precisely what Kevan wanted. An unfortunate accident that turned out to be a happy one. In fact, I think the whole project is a very happy example, which will serve as inspiration for many people. Personally, I think this handsome machine is the coolest cafe racer I've ever seen among all the small displacement motorcycles. I hope you also enjoyed these excellent video sequences. And I'm sure some of you tasted a certain Miami Vice flavor from the good old 80s. But forgetting about the rain problem, obviously. Don't worry. You will understand me in a few seconds. Thank you for watching Racer TV. And as always, I hope to see you on the next video.